Hello everyone, this is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we are going to another big box store to go do some plant shopping. This is the Lowe's off of McDermott Road in Allen, Texas. It is about 6 p.m. and I am about to go into this big box store right over here. Thank you guys so much for tuning into all my premieres and just leaving the comments. I really appreciate all the subscribers that have joined me on my plant journey. I am really happy to start sharing my knowledge and my passion for plants. So I will be posting at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day, different plant content, mostly big box store shopping and plant nurseries all around the DFW market. But as you guys can see, I've walked into this Lowe's and most of their plants are not outside. We have some that are starting to pop up for like winter hardy plants. And then this is a really cool fountain right here, fountain planter. Love that for $199. I'm noticing that the plants already and just the arrangement of product at this Lowe's is quite nice. Everything is what they call zoned up or branded, so I really like that. So we're gonna go take a walk into this Lowe's and see what they've got to offer. I heard that they had a restock, and as you can see, they've got some nice plants right off the bat, and just everything as far as just clutter, everything is nice and neat. You can see the storage space is right over there. It's just right after the holidays, and we can look at all of the plants here. So they looks like they have the typical 3 aisles of plants that are typical in the North Dallas Lowe's that we have. And right off the bat, we're going to take a look at some plants right over here. And let's see, we've got some orchids, some dracaena, and we've got some calathea right here. This is a calathea dotty for $19.98. It's a Costa Farms Trending Tropicals plant. I love the purple color and just the lavender borders that it has around there. This is another calathea. Actually, there's just a lot of calatheas I would add to my collection, but I'm being very careful of how many plants I'm adding to my collection because it's already growing substantially. And oh my goodness, Aglaonema golden papaya. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I saw one at Home Depot the other night, but this one looks stunning as well. I love that it has like an even amount of like green foliage and then also variegated foliage. Unfortunately, this one isn't perfect just because one of the leaves are damaged, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful Aglaonema. And for anybody that's tuning into my plant channel, I am in love with Aglaonemas. Syngoniums are always going to be my first love, but Aglaonemas at the moment are gorgeous and my top plant right now, plant species. And you can see there are 2 of them right here. There's actually a 3rd one, but look at this. Same plant, but they have different variegation. So that's what I find interesting with Aglaonema. You know, somebody was asking me about Aglaonema care. The one thing I would tell you is they need bright indirect sunlight. They say they're low light tolerant plants, but they aren't going to look as bushy and have the same kind of coloration unless they get more higher light. That's just with any plant. You know, whenever anybody says low light tolerant, it means they can tolerate it, but they're not going to live their best life. Right over here, we have an Alocasia silver dragon. I have a miniature one or just a very juvenile one growing, but this is really beautiful as well. This has some damage on it, but you know, I love the silvery leaves it has. Let me know what you think about this Alocasia and just Alocasias in general. It seems like big box stores are carrying them a lot more. And then we have some more dracaena right over here. These are the urban jungle plants that we have. We have a Peperomia obtusifolia. We have a cordatum over there, a lemon lime cordatum. What else do we got going on over here? We have a schefflera, a Syngonium white butterfly hanging basket for $15.98. We have some Epipremnum aureum golden pothos hanging baskets right there. And then we have a croton, and this lemon lime Philodendron is beautiful. I am in the hunt for a really nice full hanging basket one. If the price is right, I'm going to pick it up. And then we have another variegated Peperomia obtusifolia. Sorry, it's hard to pronounce their plant IDs sometimes. And then we have a beautiful croton right here. I love the yellow leaf in the very back. Absolutely beautiful. I have 2 crotons so far growing in my collection, and then we can walk over here and we can see there's some more hanging baskets. This one is a Hydra Helix Mint Colabri Ivy. Look at the variegation of ivy. Look at that. That's absolutely stunning. You know, I always gaslight Hydra Helix or English Ivy just because I want it to love me just as much as I love its variegation in leaves, but it just doesn't work for me. I think it's because the spider mites, they always appear. So if anybody who has been successful about growing Hydra Helix or English Ivy in their homes, please let me know what your secret is. And this is a really cool find right here too. This is a Philodendron Micans hanging basket by Urban Jungle. Look at how beautiful and like velvety the leaves are of this Philodendron Micans. It's a fast grower. I have some growing in my kitchen. The leaves are a lot smaller just because I have a little bit smaller pot in it, but look at how beautiful that is. It's just a beautiful velvety philodendron, and it's very easy to propagate. Next, we have a hanging basket of Epipremnum aureum Enjoy. And I know that this is an Enjoy just because if you look at the sectoral variegation, there aren't really a lot of splashy colors to it. So that's nice to see that there are more Enjoys and that it's not as elusive as we think when it comes to like big box stores. I am noticing that this Lowe's is very well kept. Something about just the floors being clean, the plants being intentionally placed, even the boxes, or you know, at the very top of the steel of those shelves are all neatly placed. I know that I just kind of look at that, but it's just very interesting. Now, this is a very interesting plant. This is another Hydra Helix, and I'm looking at the Exotic Angels ID, and there it just says Hydra Helix. But have you ever seen a ivy or a Hydra Helix with this curling type leaves? You would think this is some other like type of plant. Not, you wouldn't really associate it as it being an ivy, but look at how beautiful that is. It's like shells. Let me know if you guys know what the plant ID is for this one. But again, if it wasn't a Hydra Helix or if it wasn't an English ivy, I would totally pick up this hanging basket and add it into my plant collection. I've just been burned so many times. If you want to ask me how many English ivy I've grown, I've tried to grow about 10 of them. And each time I've, you know, done the whole pesting, spraying neem oil, putting systemic granules, they still get pests. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong or if it's just not a good environment for my space. But that's a very interesting plant find for 2024 that I haven't seen so far. And then obviously we have a bunch of assorted plants right over here. I see that they have a couple of like clearance racks. We're going to take a look at that later, but look at how all of the planters are beautiful and stylish, and they're all pulled forward. They've got what they call a color scheme going on, so like a color story. That's really nice. We have some neutral planters there and then some colorful planters on the other side. Let's see what else they have going on over here. We've got some hanging baskets of Epipremnum golden pothos. We have some more hanging baskets right over here. This one is an interesting plant. Let me know if you guys know the plant ID for that. And then we have some lucky bamboo right over here. Some more orchids right over here. I still believe that Lowe's has the best type of orchids. They have different types of orchids. And this is an interesting hanging basket of foxtail cactus. That's really cool right over there too. I don't really have any succulents or cactus growing in my plant collection yet, but I may add that. And then we also have some cool staghorn ferns right over here. That's always a, you know, a must when it comes to like plant collections. I don't have one personally, but I might actually add one to my collection soon. And then if we pan over here, we are greeted with a scene and a sea of just bromeliads. Bromeliads are common. We can see them at any plant nursery. I really want to see if there's people out there who actually show, you know, grow bromeliads. I haven't seen a lot of plant YouTubers who feature bromeliads. So like, let me know in the comments if you grow them. I just want to see why at every plant nursery or any big box store, I always see bromeliads. It could be Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, Kroger's, H-E-B, you'll see bromeliads. And then now we're gonna go pan over here. We have a bird of paradise. We have another hanging basket of Syngonium white butterfly by Costa Farms. That's beautiful. I love me some Syngonium, and that one is gonna be $15.98. And then we have some exotic angels, 3.5-inch plants, and that one is a begonia. I don't know the plant ID for that, but I've seen that at several Lowe's already. And then we're gonna go ahead and pan out here. Look at the planters. So like, I wanna see if you guys are very particular about your planters. I am. I haven't shown my house collection of plants, but it is in the works. And then now we're gonna go ahead and look at another Syngonium here. I think that is another Syngonium white butterfly or bold illusion. This is a really beautiful begonia. I'm not sure what type of begonia rex it is, but that's gorgeous. And then we see this beautiful snow white waffle plant, if I could just get it out of its space. I love the pink and white cream variegation. I don't know the plant care for that though, so I'm a little bit weary about picking that, but I do want to get the snow white waffle plant, the purple waffle plant, and then the Belgian waffle plant. There's 3 different versions of that plant by Costa Farms. And then we also have right over here another Hydra Helix. This one is looking a little bit sad, so that's what happens when, you know, there are pests. And then right next to it is an absolutely beautiful Rex begonia. I don't know the plant ID, and these are all, I believe, $5.98. So those are $5.98 for these 3.5-inch potted exotic angel plants that, you know, Costa Farms offers. And you see this a lot in a lot of big box stores. I think they just come in trays and like pallets, but I used to grow begonia. They don't love me. They love my grandmother though. My grandmother can propagate and grow begonia like no other. So let me try to pull this one out. I'm struggling to get this one out, but this one is beautiful too. I believe this is in a 4.5-inch pot, if I can get it out. But look at the color of this begonia. Look at how it shines in the shimmer, the metallic shimmer of begonia. So I live near an area, if anybody's heard of Steve's Leaves in Louisville, I've seen their begonia and it's absolutely stunning. I wanted to pick up this variegated Aurelia. Do you see the white leaf on there? That is extremely variegated. I haven't seen that yet. And I'm hoping that my variegated variegated Aurelia that I got from another Lowe's will start to show some new growth. I will definitely do a video update on that. Let's see what else we have over here. We've got another purple waffle plant by Costa Farms. That's a beautiful, cute looking plant. I just don't know how big it gets or if that's basically the size of the plant. We have a croton right over there. A Schefflera. We have another Hydra Helix English ivy. That's beautiful too. I just can't take it home. So somebody just help me out on how to take care of an English ivy. I might actually do a challenge and see if I can grow a Hydra Helix. I know one of my friends just picked up one from another plant nursery. We were visiting Dallas nurseries earlier today, and I'll feature those videos. They're going to be awesome. It's going to be part of my best plant nurseries in Dallas series. So just like I have a big box plant shopping series, I will have that as well for y'all if you are in the DFW market. So here we have a mini Ficus lyrata. So these self-watering planters by Costa Farms are $15.98, and this is an actual awesome 2024 find at a big box store. And this is a Dracaena white aspen for $15.98. This is an amazing Dracaena. Look at the variegation. It is absolutely stunning. And then the care tips for that is with Dracaena, don't water it too often. It can tolerate low light conditions, and it doesn't get as many pests. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the Aglaonema Frosted Ghost. This is a beautiful Aglaonema, and I'm gonna tell you, based on what I've already seen so far at this Lowe's off of McDermott Road in Allen, Texas, has the best Aglaonema styling, Aglaonema quality. Look at this, like there's no yellowing leaves. There's a little yellow leaf over there, but for the most part, This is awesome. And if you're like me, I touch the soil and I notice that their plants are healthy because they literally are watering the plants and having water for those self-watering plants. Next, we have an Aglaonema red Siam. So all of the Aglaonema in the self-watering pots, this one is an Aglaonema Maria, are all $15.98. And $15.98 is a really good deal for Aglaonema. Typically something that size, like a 6-inch pot, would be like $29.99 at other stores. But we are now going to be looking at all of these Calathea. Right over here, we have some Calathea Green Goddess, the ones that are at the very front. And have you guys noticed how this particular Lowe's is really striping or organizing their plants based on like color, species, type of plant? And I think that's a really awesome deal. Like, look at this. We have a whole row of Aglaonema Maria, a whole row of Aglaonema Red Siam, a whole row of Aglaonema Frosted Ghost. And then I have to look at this again. Like, this Dracaena White Aspen is absolutely amazing. And it's only $15.98. If I wanted to spend a lot of money on plants, this would definitely be the place for it. Truthfully, I probably should pick up a plant or two here, but I've decided it's going to be a hard no for now, just because I already splurged on buying a huge global green pothos at Rubal's this morning. It's a hanging basket, and so like I can't be buying several plants today. Although this might be, you know, a Lowe's location I might visit tomorrow morning on Saturday to see if I can do like a weekend plant shopping video or something. But this place either got restocked today or this place just knows how to take care of their plants. Like, we have some ZZ Raven, we have another Aglaonema right over here. This is all just Aglaonema perfection. Like, everything is perfect right here. We have an Aglaonema Pink Siam, another Calathea Dottie right over here. And all of these plants that we're looking at are trending tropicals that are 6-inch pots for $19.98. So if you guys are interested how much the price costs, that's $19.98 USD. We have some Rhaphidophora tetrasperma right over here, some anthuriums at the front. What else do we have over here? The Dotties, the Calathea Dotties right next to the Aglaonema make a good combination. I just want to take a look at these ZZ Ravens right over in the background. Those are also $19.98. Costa Farms Trending Tropicals. And then that's the Aglaonema that was for like $29.98. We have a cordyline plant right over here. That's beautiful too. I love like the maroon magenta looking colors of variegation for these leaves. Let me know if you guys grow cordyline in your homes. I know that they're spider mite prone, and I have to look at this pink Aglaonema Pink Siam again for $19.98. The Calathea Dottie right next to it is absolutely stunning as well. But to go back on cordyline, does anybody grow cordyline or what they call tea plants inside their house? I just know they typically get spider mites. And now we're going to take a look at the rescue plants or the clearance section. Truthfully, I think that this is the best like clearance section I've ever seen. These plants don't look like they're on the brink of death. They actually look like some, you know, plants that I've seen being sold for full price at other big box stores. Like this Calathea orbifolia is only $7. That Aglaonema Red Siam is only about $7. This Aglaonema Frosted Ghost on clearance, like I might buy this one and the other one and plant a bunch of those in one big pot, but those are all $7. That's pretty cool for a 6-inch potted plant. So I might go buy it, get those, but this is what I might end up getting. I'm really tempted to purchase this today. The Dracaena White Aspen, this is also $7 on clearance. That doesn't even look like a plant that's dying. So the standards at this Lowe's location must be much higher than most big box stores, just because I'm looking at their clearance plants and it's not even that bad. There's just a little bit of an imperfection. I'm curious to see how many plants they sell, just because the styling, the merchandising, the even just the planters surrounded around these plants are all organized, pulled forward, zone. Colors are all matching. There's a story behind it. There's a story behind the way they stripe their plants. Like, look at this. If you work retail, you will know that even the boxes at the very top are all pulled forward. They're organized. There's just a very good visual presentation about their products at this Lowe's. So I have to commend the McDermott Road Lowe's off in Allen. So if you guys are in the DFW market, this is January 5th that I'm filming this. So these plants are going to remain fresh and full. And I would highly recommend you checking this out yourself. It's a different feel when you're actually seeing these plants live. I think that's what I love about these big box store plant shopping videos that I'm producing for everybody, is just that I wanted to give you guys content that you can see plants and I can just talk about them, tell you about their, my thoughts, maybe some care tips. So guys, let me know in the comments what you guys want me to produce in terms of plant content. I know that some of you guys have already left some in the comments and I really appreciate it. I honestly really appreciate those who have taken the time to just watch my big box store plant shopping videos. I really didn't expect that much engagement from it. I didn't understand why people would want to just listen to me talk for 20 minutes about plants. But for those that are tuned in, I really appreciate your support, and I will continue to post videos daily, every day at 9 and 6 p.m. So this is a Scindapsus tuberoia moonlight. Do you remember when those things were also expensive for like a one leaf cutting about 3 years ago? Look at that majesty palm in the background. Like, I just have to pause and take a look at all of these plants. And let me know in the comments if you think that this is the best Lowe's that you've ever seen in terms of just their presentation of plants, the health of their plants, and just the overall styling of their plants. I don't use tropical potting mix, but that's even interesting that they have that tropical potting mix. I'm curious to see if it's like a chunky mix with like orchid bark or what that looks like. But look at their bromeliads. I do need to pick up some Osmocote. I don't know if you guys use Osmocote, but that is great for houseplants, or at least they worked out for me. I'm gonna go ahead and pan over here again and just look at some more plants right here. We have a Vanda orchid just kind of in that corner, but look at this. And I like the fact that I'm shopping around like 6 p.m. and there's not a lot of people walking around, so I don't feel so bad blogging. Sometimes I feel like it's awkward to, walk around with your phone and like film stuff. Like people are probably I've seen people look at me like, what am I doing? But I wanted to, showcase plants for y'all. This is an Aglaonema Silver Bay, typical Aglaonema, but nonetheless a beautiful one. And then we're just gonna go back to these plants again. So care tips for Aglaonema. So while we have it is Aglaonema prefer bright indirect sun, light. They don't like to be watered often. They actually root rot very quickly. You fertilize them at least once a month with like a low dose nitrogen fertilizer, and that's about it. Or at least that's what I'm doing with my Aglaonema. Let's see. I don't know, like I just can't believe that I ran into a big box store like this, like at Lowe's. Either they had like 3 or 4 or 5 pallets of plants and they just decided to unload them, put them up, style them, because they knew that I was gonna film a video today. It just looks like a brand new store. Like this is insane. I'm starting to think that they probably just put all of these plants out, or they just have really good care. Now with Calathea, for the plant care for Calathea, like the Calathea dotty, same care, but I would tell you for watering, I actually use like bottled water. I don't use tap water for my Calatheas. And do you see this right over here? This is an Aglaonema BJ Friedman. I haven't seen one of these Aglaonemas in a long time. So that's interesting that I found that here. So there's a lot of 2024 finds that I'm getting at this big box store. I know that a lot of these trending tropicals and all of these plants, these majesty palms, these are typical things that you see, but look at it as I pan out. I think anybody who was shopping at this store would also be very impressed with the plants that they have. Like I could have easily bought maybe 8 plants today, maybe even more, if I didn't have the self-restraint for that. But, I don't know. So just let me know what you guys think about this plant shopping tour video. I really appreciate everybody coming in, and this has been an awesome Lowe's experience. I will see you on the next video. See ya.